welcome to the Outlet Podcast channel, Guys Only, episode, I forget which one, I forget what number, but it's a very important episode. This is my 100th vlog, 100 vlogs. Out of all the videos that I've done, I really like doing videos like this because they're a lot more mobile. I don't got to sit down, having like a good amount of time at my workstation at home. So I like being mobile. I like doing this. I mean, not necessarily having to look at the camera, but making sure that there's content on my YouTube page. That's a plus. It's definitely a plus. And I always do good. Like, I really like talking. I like to talk. There's a lot of stuff that I think needs to be talked about. So I really love talking. So today's episode of Guys Only, I did that twice. Today's episode of Guys Only, third time, I want to talk about date and dating. A date and dating. There is a difference in between a date and dating. There is. And some people might be saying, oh, what about courtship? Courting, I don't like courtship. Courtship to me is friends, being friends. It's just another way of being friends. Like, for me, like courting, all right, there might be some lighthearted, NutraSweet style flirting, but NutraSweet style flirting, I'm sorry, I don't like NutraSweet. You either flirt or you don't. You either own up. I mean, obviously, own up to the emotions that you're feeling. How else is someone going to take you seriously? If you're just like flirting a little bit, it's not going to work. I mean, be straightforward, be strong, be someone who has a little bit of character about them, and say, hey, flirt. Just flirt. Talk to her. So, a date and dating. A date is a singular event. That's something you go out on. A date. I'm going out on a date. That doesn't mean we're dating. It could, when you're in the moment and you're actually on the date, then you are dating, but that's not the right definition of the word. That's like definition number 2, bro, of dating. A date, it's a singular event. Be brave. You go out on dates. Yeah, you're gonna spend money. You go out on dates not expecting to hit a home run every time. That's where you make most of your mistakes. I took a couple girls out on dates before dating them, and you want to make sure that you're okay. Yeah, you take girls out on dates, but that doesn't mean that you're necessarily dating. The act, you are dating, but you're not exclusive. So yeah, all right. You take the girl out on a singular event. On this singular event where you're getting to know her, you gotta make sure you can properly explain yourself. You got to make sure that you're talking about yourself the best way. Be a billboard. All right. Right now I'm driving. I'm looking at some billboards. Well, actually, they're not necessarily billboards. They're highway direction signs. All right. 1792 State Road 50 exits 84B BA Ivanhoe Boulevard Colonial. What did I just tell you? Well, if you're paying attention, I told you what exit I am getting off at. I told you the corresponding state roads and the roads that intersect. And I also told you the streets that I would be on if I were to exit. That's what you should do when you're dating, bro. You make sure that the atmosphere, what you do, whatever you're going to eat, wherever you're going to go, whatever you're going to do, on a date reflects you. It needs to be your ambiance. If you're not comfortable in the date environment, then you're not going to be yourself. You're not going to relax. Be yourself. Let this girl know straight off of the bat, so she don't waste her time. Let her know, this is who I am. This is what I like to do. All right. You're a comic book nerd. You're probably, I don't know. All right, you're a comic book nerd. Seems to me that you would be more comfortable probably going out on a movie. probably going out to see a movie. Don't dishearten a matinee. A matinee is pretty sweet. Why? Spend some time, watch it during the day. Guess what, bro? You still got some time before, or you still got some time before and after the show. Matinees are not bad. I would hit up a matinee if you could. But if you're a nerd dude, I suggest, why not go to a comic book store? Why not? You know, that's nothing too bad. I mean, if you're a gamer, like a video gamer, probably try not to take it to a franchise GameStop. Maybe something that's a little more retro urban, something that she can, because remember, it needs to reflect you, but she needs to be comfortable. So don't take her to, like, unless she likes Magic, the card game, or like, I don't know, unless she likes Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. Don't take her to something like that. She won't be able to appreciate in high detail what you're able to appreciate in high detail. All right. So, like, that's if you're a gamer. I mean, you know, take her whatever you like to eat. Make sure, you know, stay within your budget. But remember, this is a girl that you're trying to win her over. So don't be Mr. Cheapskate. There's a lot of other stuff. I guess I can keep on going when it comes to dates. You know what? Yeah, I guess I will. I'll make another episode. But remember, dating and dates. This episode, guys only, dates. All right, mental note. So yeah, make sure you're comfortable. Make sure she's comfortable so you can be yourself and so she can get a view into your world. All right, don't be super cheap. Do not be super cheap, bro. That is it's just a turnoff, man. Like, me and three other my bros, we went over to Miller's Ale House, watched a UFC fight. Three of us, well, one of us divorced, two of us are married, one of us has a kid, and the other dude is oh man, he's that dude's failing at life. Like, I don't know. There's some people in life that I recognize, that I realize fail at life. And that's really hard. And you can be like, don't be so judgmental. But if someone tells you all of the decisions that they've made, and all of those decisions are unbelievably horrible, and they have unbearable consequences, like going to jail for a full year. Sorry, bro, you're failing at life. That is ridiculous. I don't care what kind of excuse you can bring, whatever. I'm sorry, bro. It doesn't work that way. You're failing at life. Me and my bros, we all watching the UFC fight. The dude who's failing at life offered to pay all of our food. Now, two of my friends were like, no, that's cool, man. I was like, all right, bro, I appreciate it. Thank you. And the look of, like, repentance, like, he really wish we didn't say so. He really wishes that I didn't say yes. That's weak, bro. Like, you offered to pay. Don't go back on your word. Don't be that guy. He wasn't that guy, thankfully enough. That was pretty cool. However, he started to try to win his money back. Like, at the end, at like one of the major fights, he was like, come on, $100, whoever, you know, which guy will win? $100. And I was like, I'm not going to bet you. I already won. You paid for my meal, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's it. So don't be that guy who's worrying about, like, if you didn't transfer money over from your savings to your checking, do that before you go on a date. Don't worry about money. Like, if you took a girl on a date, you're trying to make sure that the environment is comfortable. So yeah, don't do that, guy. Apart from that, like, I don't know, what questions would you have? I mean, to go out on a date, I mean, make sure that you're dressed accordingly. Don't be in sandals if you're living, I don't know. Maybe you could be in sandals, but I don't know, man. Depends where you're going. If you're going to the beach, hit up sandals. But if you're going to a mall, I don't know, man. I mean, do you do you. But yeah, man, I don't know. Sandals, nah, wouldn't do sandals. Personally, I wouldn't do sandals. Yeah, I mean, I guess those are the most important aspects that people forget when they're going out on a date. You know, well, I guess, whoa, here we go. Okay, my opinion. I'm like rambling, but there's a lot that goes to this, and I really want to share because I would like for you to have a good life experience. There are like three main aspects of a date that if you hit, they're like, these are stereotypical ones, but they really pay off. All right. You have the event. You have, let's see. What is it? You have the event, you have the dinner, and you have the personal time. The personal time, it could either be like you're driving over, like you're driving to the points of like the points of interest, like you're driving to the events, or you're going home from the whole date. All of this time that you got with this girl, talk, get to know her. Because in the event, you can't do that. So talk to this girl while you have all of this like downtime. Talk to her. Always ask her questions. Always ask her questions. If you don't show interest in her, then she won't be interested. Like, show interest in her. And girls know how to ask questions way better than guys do. Because girls have a lot more to lose, and girls are the ones who are holding the cards. So, like, make sure that you're always asking questions. Always go back and check. Always check over your work. So that's okay. So that all that downtime. Now the events are different. I think you could plan probably 2 events if you got enough time. The events are what you're planning to do. They are you're going to the movies you're going to the movies, laser tag, beach, mini golf, video game tournament, museum, walk in the park, etc., etc. All right, so these are great. These are really awesome. And they're you can get a lot because it's stimulation. Like the first one was more stimulation, cerebrally, mentally. You know, you're like working with their creativity. You're getting their mind going. But now you get their body going. You go out on the laser tag. You do a roller coaster at the amusement park or something. See, you can't talk in the events. Not that much. You cannot talk in the events. Because if you do, you're like, okay, you could talk, but everything's catered towards the event. If you go to Disney, you're not going to have a heartfelt conversation like the Notebook style. You're not. If you're going to, a museum, you're probably going to have to cater all of your conversation around museum stuff. You can't talk about, maybe you can talk about your arts and creativity and blah, blah, blah. But do you see how the conversation about the events, like the atmosphere of the event totally changes? That's why you got to make sure that you're taking advantage of all of that downtime, like the travel time, all of that. Then the dinner, the food, whether it's brunch, whether it's drinks, depending what drinks. I mean, if you guys are gonna get like, I don't live a lifestyle that I drink. Like, I don't live a lifestyle of drinking. So, but I can only imagine you can't capture that much information from someone who's borderline incoherent. I'm not disrespecting, but I don't think that you can learn that much from a person if they're like drunk. So, yeah, you like the meal, make sure it's good. You know, make sure that regardless if she wants to continue going out on dates with you, not dating, dates. Make sure that, come on guys, that she has a good time, that she likes the food. If possible, take her to a place she hasn't gone before, but you have. You know, kind of try to know a little bit about the menu, because there's either 2 ways you can play it. Either you know a lot about this type of food and you can educate her, but don't be a dick. Pardon me. Don't be a douche. Yeah. Don't be that guy. If you know a lot about something, educate her, but don't be condescending. Or you don't know anything and it's a first time experience. There are amazing places in wherever you are to go to eat. You can go to brand new restaurants. Like there's a place that I like to go to with my wife. It's called the Metro Diner. They opened up here in Central Florida, but originally they're from like Jacksonville, and they're like a southern. It's like a New York diner, but in the South, and it's amazing. Like, because the combination of those two aspects, oh, wow. And chicken and waffles is great. So I knew that before I took my wife. I knew that what the motif was. Know the motif, guys. Don't, like, if you're gonna go Italian, go Italian. If you're gonna go I don't know, like shrimp and like a fish, like, make sure that she's not allergic. I don't know, dietary, factor in her dietary requirements. That's not rude. That's helpful. That shows, like, if you do that beforehand, if go to the girl and be like, hey, I just want to know, is there any place that you would like to go, or is there any type of food you like? She'll like that. Girls like it when you show effort. Oh man, so there's probably a lot more stuff that I could talk about, but I do want to end the video. So you guys, let me know in the comments below if you've taken these tips, if they were helpful. Let me know if you've gone out on dates, how have they been, and if you feel that do you feel that the difference that I said is valid? Dates against dating? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys, because I just like helping people. And when I see like so far, I think the most views I've had on a video is like 18, and that's really cool. Like, I really feel like I'm making a difference and helping. So it warms my heart. So on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, and Blubrry, you can find my podcast. On Facebook.com/Outlet Podcast. You can find me there. Like the fan page, because I'm always updating that. My WordPress blog, outletpodcast.wordpress.com. And here on YouTube. Find, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that. My name is Gazy, host of the Outlet Podcast. Connect and recharge.